Kia ora koutou, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share, I guess, the journey that I've been on over the past term and over the Christmas holidays, largely driven by the Virtual Learning Network. And first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the other amazing and passionate literacy leaders that came together from all over the place in the country to collaborate and create the document that you've been looking at today. This is a document that was written by academics for professional teachers, and I wanted to unlock it for the kids so that they could understand it. I guess I liken it to if we didn't know that a plant needed water in order to grow, then we wouldn't water it and it would die. And if we don't tell kids what it is that they need to learn and show them how to learn, then how on earth are they possibly expected to achieve the national standard for their level, for their year group? It's about opening it all up and removing the secrecy from the learning for the kids, empowering them. Take this document. It's there for everybody. Take it out, share it, give it to anybody who would like a copy. It's a working document. You can take it, save it, add to it, change it. You can do anything that you like with it. Make it your own. The first place to start is really to empower the staff. The staff need to have ownership of the document, as they do with any document that we've got in education. So you need to take it. They need to take it to a staff meeting, and the staff of that particular school need to be able to unpack it. They need to look at the literacy progressions, and they need to look at our take on kids speaking. The various learning intentions within the literacy learning progressions, because they need to perhaps say, I don't really like the way that's been written. I think it would sound better like this. Working in teams within their school to turn the document from being our document to being their document, owning the document, because otherwise, the chance of it just getting popped on their desk and forgotten about under a pile of all the other papers that they received that week, is pretty high. So you've got to empower them, let the staff own the document so that it's theirs and they understand it and they understand the process that went behind creating it in the first place. The second step that they need, the journey that they need to go on, is to unpack the threads of learning. So, what does learning of comprehension look like at the end of year 4? What do kids need to demonstrate in comprehension at the end of year 6, and what do they need to demonstrate at the end of year 8? And the staff need to pull that apart and really have a deep understanding about exactly what those words mean. What does it mean to synthesize? What does it mean to summarize at the end of year 4, and how is that different from synthesizing their learning at the end of year 8? Those are big words, and if we want the kids to understand them, then we have to be able to figure out how to pull those words apart so that we can present them in a manner that the kids can understand. And once they've unpacked it and looked at the threads of learning and got a really clear understanding of what it looks like at each level, then it's time to introduce it to the kids. And introducing it to the kids needs to be, it needs to be exciting and getting them on board, and this is just amazing. Look, we know exactly what we need to learn. Here we are, we're all in year 5 and 6, and this is what we need to learn. And if we can achieve all of this, then we're going to have achieved the goal of being an amazing learner by the end of year 6. We will have achieved everything that we're supposed to. Hang on a minute. This is where we were at the end of year 4, and this is where we need to get by year 8. So how do we get from here to here to here? And then just like you did with the staff, unpack it with the kids. Don't unpack it for them. There's no power in just telling the kids that it looks like this here and it looks like this here and it looks like this here. It's about working with them. What does that mean? What does it mean to sustain reading? What does sustain mean? What's the difference between sustaining reading at the end of year 4 to the end of year 6? If I've got to sustain reading over several days, what does that mean? And if they understand it, then they can go, oh, well, I can do that. So I guess my message at the end of the whole thing is that this whole journey for me has been about creating a document that will empower the students, because they will know exactly what it is that they need to learn. They will know what they needed to learn at the end of year 4 to get to year 6, and now they can look forward and think, well, I actually think that I can do half of that stuff on the way to year 8. So, take away from this empowering the children with the knowledge of knowing what it is that we want them to learn. Thank you. Bye.